The village of Uselu in Benin City was home to two sisters, Titi, Titi for short, and Yuwa, Yuwa for short. Titi the elder was a gentle soul known for her kindness and diligence. Yuwa, on the other hand, was the embodiment of envy. As they grew, the stark contrast between them became evident. Titi was favored by their parents and respected in the village, while Yuwa nursed a grudge in the shadows. The girl's mother, Mama Egosa, would always say, "A kind heart opens doors even before they are built." Titi lived by these words, helping the elderly, fetching water for the villagers, and ensuring their father's farm was flourishing. But Yuwa, though beautiful, had no patience for such labor. She resented her sister's favor and grew to despise her goodness. One fateful evening, as the two sisters sat under the grand Iroko tree in their family compound, Yuwa confronted Titi. "Why does everyone always sing your praises? Are you the only daughter in this house?" She spat, her voice laced with resentment. Titi, taken aback, "Yuwa, we are family. I have never competed with you. We each have our blessings." From that day on, she vowed that she would overshadow her sister no matter what it took. As they grew into young women, the time came. Please subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, like, and comment. Thank you. For suitors to seek their hands in marriage, Titi's humility and beauty attracted men far and wide. But Yuwa, determined not to let her sister marry before her, sought help in the darkest of places. One moonless night, she visited Edekume, the feared witch doctor of the village. His hut, filled with skulls and burning incense, set chills down her spine, but she was resolute. "What do you seek, child of envy?" Edekume's voice echoed. "I want to be married before my sister. Make it so," Yuwa demanded. Edekume chuckled, throwing a handful of bones onto the dirt floor. "You shall have what you wish, but be warned, no gift from the gods comes without a prize." "I care not for the prize," she snapped. "Just do it." Edekume mixed a concoction of herbs, whispering incantations into a calabash. "Drink this at the river bank and say, 'Oh ancestors, let my destiny rise before my sisters.' Then bathe in the water." Yuwa did as was instructed. Within weeks, a wealthy merchant named Omorigi asked for her hand in marriage. Titi, always a supportive sister, rejoiced despite her own delayed engagement. But soon, Yuwa discovered the cruel twist in the spell's bargain. She was barren. Despite her struggles with childlessness, Yuwa kept up appearances, while Titi in time found love and married a humble but kind man. A year later, she gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, Imade. Yuwa's hatred only deepened. Watching Titi cradle her daughter ignited a raging storm within her. Yet, she hid it behind forced smiles and elaborate gifts, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Imade grew into a bright young woman, excelling in her studies. When she finished secondary school, an unexpected opportunity arose. Her childhood friend Zach, the son of a wealthy businessman, convinced his father to sponsor Imade's university education in Poland. As an added favor, Zach's father also set up a petty trade business for Titi, Imade's mother. Despite Yuwa's bitterness, she could not stop destiny. Imade traveled abroad, and for a few years, all seemed well until fate shifted in Yuwa's favor. After years of studying, Imade returned home to Benin City, but something dark awaited her. Yuwa had not forgotten her envy nor her promise to herself. Titi and her daughter would know misery. She sought out a rogue named Ida, a man known for his deceptive charm and good looks. "You will make Imade fall in love with you," Yuwa instructed him, placing a small vial of potion in his palm. "Make sure she drinks this." Ida grinned. "Consider it done." When Imade arrived at the airport, Ida was there, suave and confident. The moment she set eyes on him, her heart fluttered. He was everything she had ever dreamed of. Or so it seemed. Within weeks, she was utterly in love. Zach's desperate pleas for Imade to fulfill her promise to marry him fell on deaf ears. Imade was enchanted, blind to all reason. Their engagement was swift, a whirlwind romance orchestrated by dark forces. On the night of the engagement ceremony, Yuwa was ready to deal her final blow. She visited Edekume once more. "It's time," she whispered, placing a bundle of naira notes before him. Edekume nodded. He chanted over a bowl of dark liquid, handing it to Yuwa. "Pour this into her drink. By dawn, her mind will be lost." At the height of the celebration, Yuwa feigned happiness, embraced Imade, yet, as she did, she poured the cursed liquid into her niece's palm wine. Imade took a sip, and almost immediately, her eyes darkened. A piercing scream tore through the night. She clutched her head, her mind unraveling, before collapsing to the ground in a fit of madness. Shock and cries erupted among the guests. Titi rushed to her daughter, shaking her. "Imade, Imade, what is happening?" But Imade could not respond. She stared blankly into space, her once brilliant mind now lost to the abyss. And in the shadows, Yuwa smiled. The morning after the engagement ceremony, Imade remained unresponsive. She sat in a corner of her room, rocking back and forth, whispering incoherent words. Titi, heartbroken and confused, sent for the best healers in the land. But none could break the unseen spell that had seized her daughter's mind. Word of Imade's condition spread through the village like wildfire. Some whispered that she had been cursed for forsaking her true love, Zach, while others suspected witchcraft. But Titi, deep in her heart, knew something far more sinister was at play. Desperate, she turned to Mama Egosa's old friend, Iwinosa, a revered seer known for her wisdom and ability to see beyond the natural. When Titi arrived at her shrine, Iwinosa gazed into a bowl of sacred water, her expression darkening. "Titi," she said gravely, "your daughter's affliction is not of this world. It is the work of someone close, someone who harbors deep envy." Titi's hands trembled. "Tell me, Iwinosa, who will do this?" Iwinosa closed her eyes and whispered a name. Titi was shocked. Yuwa. Titi walked home dazed, her mind swirling with rage and disbelief. The name Iwinosa had whispered echoed in her ears. Yuwa. It made sense now. The strange looks Yuwa had given Imade over the years, the way she had always spoken in half-truths, and her zealous excitement at Imade's engagement to Ida. Titi had ignored it all, brushing off her sister's actions as petty jealousy. But now she knew better. Reaching her compound, she found Imade sitting in the same position she had been in that morning, her eyes vacant, her lips muttering words that made no sense. Titi's heart clenched as she knelt beside her daughter, stroking her hair. "My child, I swear by the gods, I will not rest until this evil is undone." That night, Titi sent word to the village elders requesting an urgent gathering. At sunrise, the elders, the family members, and close friends gathered under the ancient Iroko tree. Yuwa arrived last, her expression neutral, though her eyes flickered with something close to nervousness. Titi stepped forward, her voice steady. "I have called this meeting because my daughter Imade has been afflicted with a terrible curse. This year, Iwinosa has revealed the hand behind this evil." She turned, her eyes locking onto Yuwa's. "It is you, Yuwa." Shock and murmurs rippled through the crowd. Yuwa laughed, a harsh forced sound. "Me? Sister, have you lost your mind? Why would I do such a thing?" "I asked myself the same question," Titi said, stepping closer. "Then I remembered your jealousy has never known bounds. You have always wanted to destroy me, and now you have taken it a step further by cursing my child." "You lie," Yuwa yelled, but her voice trembled slightly. "I have proof," Titi declared, holding up a piece of red cloth. "This was found at Iwinosa's shrine. Your cloth, soaked in the potion used to bewitch my daughter." The elders turned to Yuwa, their faces grim. "Is this true?" Chief Osage, the eldest among them, asked. Yuwa opened her mouth, but no words came. Instead, she turned on her heels and ran. The crowd erupted, some shouting for her to be caught, others too shocked to move. Titi watched her sister flee, her heart pounding. Justice will be served. But first, she had to save her daughter. Yuwa ran blindly, her breath ragged. She had underestimated her sister. She had been so sure that no one would ever connect the dots. Now she was exposed. She had to escape. Panting, she stumbled into the hut of Edekume, the witch doctor, who had helped her before. "You must help me," she yelled. They know everything." Edekume's old eyes studied her. "I warned you, child of envy. The gods do not bless those who sow wickedness." "I don't need lectures. I need protection." Edekume sighed and reached for a pouch, pulling out a handful of black powder. "There's only one way out. You must disappear before the full moon rises, or your fate will be sealed." Yuwa grabbed the powder with trembling hands. She had no choice. She had to flee before the villagers caught her. Back in the village, Titi and the elders planned their next move. The shrine of the gods had to be consulted, and Yuwa had to be captured. But time was running out. Would they find Yuwa before she disappeared? Would Imade's curse be broken? The battle between justice and evil was far from over. As the full moon began its slow ascent into the sky, the village was ablaze with movement. Titi, accompanied by Chief Osage and other elders, set out to consult the gods. They gathered before the sacred shrine of Uhunwe, the spirit of justice, bringing offerings of kola nuts, palm wine, and a white cockerel. The priestess, a tall, imposing woman with piercing eyes, stood before them. "Why have you come before Uhunwe?" she asked. Titi stepped forward. "Great priestess, my daughter Imade has been cursed by my own sister out of jealousy. I seek justice and healing." The priestess closed her eyes and whispered incantations. The fire of the shrine roared, and suddenly the vision of Yuwa fleeing through the forest appeared in the flames. "She is running, but she will not escape. The gods have decreed her fate." At that moment, deep in the forest, Yuwa, desperate and frightened, sprinkled the powder Edekume had given her into the wind. She whispered the spell of disappearance, but something was wrong. Instead of vanishing, her body convulsed. A scream tore from her throat as the dark magic turned against her. She fell to the ground, writhing as shadows engulfed her. Back in the village, the priestess raised her staff. "The wicked will always fall by their own hands. Justice has been served." Titi turned to her daughter, who still sat unmoving, her mind lost. "But what of Imade?" she pleaded. "Will she be restored?" The priestess smiled. "The bond between mother and child is stronger than any curse. Speak to..." Please subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, like, and comment. Thank you. "To her, Titi. Call her back." Titi knelt before Imade, tears streaming down her face. "My daughter, my joy, come back to me. You are stronger than this darkness. The gods have freed you." A long silence followed. Then Imade blinked. Her vacant stare softened, and her lids trembled. "Mama?" Titi sobbed with relief, pulled her daughter into her arms. The crowd erupted in cheers. Justice had been served. The evil of envy had been defeated. And as the first rays of dawn broke through the horizon, the village of Uselu rejoiced.